Okay, so we actually have Mr. Mike Dawid speaking to us today. Super excited to hear from him. Our very own Mike Dawid. He's going to be speaking about fall selling here. I don't know if you guys know this guy. If you don't, I don't know what rock you've been living under. But Mike is fifth in the nation in sales for this year. He's at $756,000. Sold over $1 million last year. Won the Rolex, which is awesome. And the crazy thing is this guy's got a family of 4 kids. So he's super busy as it is, but he's still finding a way to sell $1 million in a year, which is awesome. For those of you guys that don't know Dawid, he really enjoys steak, especially if you've ever had his steak. I actually would take his steak over many steakhouses that I've been to. I think the last time was at a Wisconsin State Fair. He made steak at my apartment back in the day, but he also enjoys spending time with family. He also enjoys steak, slashing food in half with a salmon knife, like a watermelon or eggs or anything else. He also enjoys eating steak and making steak. And he also enjoys serving his clients at the highest level in the business. So appreciate you being on the call here, Mike, and go ahead and take it away.
Well, what a steak full introduction. Yeah, that was I think 11 p.m. we cooked that steak after a long day at the fair. And the secret ingredient is a stick of grade A unsalted butter, if you guys want to know the secret ingredient, and Traeger rub. All right, can you guys hear me? Good. Yep. Yeah, I'm just looking at myself I'm looking at myself right now. So we're gonna rock and roll. So guys, this is gonna be all about fall selling, kind of what I do every year to finish the year strong. And I hope I inspire you to do maybe something more, maybe finish stronger, maybe recommit, or just show up with excitement, right? So the weather, right? I mean, this morning, I think we had a freeze here in St. Louis, maybe up north. You guys have already been freezing out, but everybody loves the weather. It's like perfect skies, right? For the most part, nice little winter light jacket, hoodie, right? The customers, playoff baseball, even though most of our teams are out, football, right? Except Thursday night football, right? That's been kind of a drag the last few weeks. Basketball starts tonight, right? And hockey starts or just started. Retail gold, guys, this is retail gold. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the finish. I love the finish. The fourth quarter, the 2-minute drill, where memories are made, where legends are created. Guys, truly, wherever you're at, you can just say from this day forward, I can still sell 30 to 50% of my goal if you really went for it, guys. I mean, I still have 250K to sell. I don't know how I'm exactly going to do it, but I'm going to follow all the things I teach you, and I've been doing for the last decade. And what's crazy is every year, to the last minute, to the last wire, I usually hit my goal except one year. I dipped 10K the first year my first kid was born, which is still pretty impressive. If you know, adding a child to your life is not an easy task. It's worth it though. So ask yourself this: how far away are you from your goal? I'm not talking about some big far-fetched goal that no one believes in except you and your dreams. I'm talking about a number that you can truly hit, a number that you believe in. Is it a sword? Is it academy? Is it a trip? Is it a CSP a promotion? Is it 150? Is it 250? Is it Rolex? Is it $500,000? Is it $1 million, right? So you got to know that number. You know, I know my number. I don't, what's the term I'm looking for? I don't get so consumed by it where I'm like, you know, tallying every day how many calls I'm making and how many sales I need. I'm just showing up, serving at the highest level, but I'm doing all these things I'm going to teach you. What do these last 9 weeks mean to you? What does a finish strong of this year mean for next year? See, most people kind of give up now if they're behind. They're like, well, I'm just going to start and focus on next year. But guys, you're going to just throw away retail gold. You're going to throw away your biggest potential months because you're maybe behind. So finish strong. Maybe you still fall short, but you finish stronger than you would have. And then you go kick some major butt next year. So scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you? For me, it's 10. You know, my word is all I have. And I'm doing back-to-back $1 million years with 4 kids. So if I can do it, could you do maybe 100? Could you do 150, 200, 250? Or could you hit that next level, that next jump, right? And I tell this to a lot of people, that next ceiling, right? That thing you're looking at, once you hit it, that's your new floor you're standing on. That becomes your new standard. What's your belief in yourself? You know, maybe you need to reach out and call somebody. Call me, for goodness sakes. Text me. Call somebody who's like a mentor or somebody you look up to and say, hey, I'm going for it. I need your support. I believe. Do you believe? You got to get a little fire up your butt right now. How much time, money, energy are you willing to give to that to get there? And then what's the one thing you should be doing that you know you should be doing that you're not doing? And you know that answer, whether it's marketing, whether it's follow-up calls, whether it's showing up, booking more shows, getting more shows, asking people on your team to fill in shows if you don't have them, finding new shows. Guys, there's craft shows out there. There's markets out there. There's Christmas bazaars out there. There's malls. Malls want you. So if you don't have your weeks booked from now till the end of the year, figure it out, or create a customer appreciation event, create a sale out of thin air, do something to fill those gaps. So everything truly comes down to these last 9 weeks. If you think about it, you know, all the fairs he worked, all the home shows, all these shift picking calls, all these hours really come down to the next 2.5 months. So how are you going to look at, you know, this year? Are you going to look at it like, hey, I'm just going to give up because, you know, I'm having a little slow start to October, or maybe all my big events are gone? Guys, this, like, people are calling me to order. They're calling Jamie to order $11,000. They're calling people to order. Look at the, just go on event analytics and type in Texas State Fair, and everybody is selling 20, 30,000. Everybody, doesn't matter what level of CSP they're at. So people are buying right now. We might not have a Texas State Fair here in the Midwest, but people are buying. The point is, when you show up in front of people and you present them a product that's awesome, they will buy it. Well done is better than well said. You guys hear me say that a lot. Focus on revenue creating tasks, right? Don't get so focused on just, you know, keep sharing your goal. You know, I love people that share their goal or post their goal, but you got to do things too to get that goal, right? How much revenue are you going to get from shows? Business gifts. You know, what I did right after all my state fairs is I sent out 10 business gift samples. Some of them have been ghosting me. Some of them said, give me a quote. Some of them are closed. But if you want business gifts, create business gifts. Past customers. I mean, I'm going to share with you stuff that I'm doing, you know, postcards. You know, I just spent $6,000 on postcards. I encourage you to find somebody to help you with postcards and still send those out. Send them out right now and call it a holiday sale. Call it a catalog sale. Call it a mall sale. I'm going to probably do a mall coupon in another postcard, because once Christmas Eve hits, they have shut off their mind on spending money. Okay. So when you're in like the day or the week after the mall and it's like post Christmas or January, you are like creating sales by being a salesperson. Right now, all you got to do is present well, and they're going to buy, and just throw them a bone or two or a deal or sweeten it up. So what are you going to get from emails? Guys, last year I sent 300,000 emails. I had like 500 unsubscribes. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. That means my customers are engaged. They're either buying or they're unsubscribing. Catalogs. If you're a CSP, you know, catalogs should be dropping. Maybe you're not a CSP. So go on literature, buy catalogs, buy sample knives, and hand this to customers. I'm handing this to one of Lincoln's teachers when I pick them up here in the next hour, because I'm creating business right now. Appointments. I mean, if you can get in front of somebody at their kitchen table, I mean, that is like, I mean, you're bound to sell 500 to 1,000. Social media, if you're not presenting Cutco in, you know, an approved way, and just, you know, constant, you cooking, using knives, customers, you know, obviously there's people on this team that do a lot of stuff I do, but, you know, create your own little updates and pictures with your customers. And here's the golden goose referral program. Guys, you know, the giver's gain. If you don't have your customers working for you and you're not telling them, hey, I'm going to give you a free knife if you send me a new customer that's never bought Cutco from me. So you got to promote the referral program. You know, I don't have my card, but I made referral cards that I put in every thank you card. So do you think Starbucks just sells a lot of coffee? No, they create an experience. And you know what? People are willing, like my wife, almost every day to spend $6 on ice and syrup and a little bit of caffeine because they have more value than price. They have an experience with the cup. They have customer service. You know, they have a trend. They have a loyalty program. They have a fun atmosphere. People like buying. People collect things there, right? They collect ornaments, cups. I mean, my mother-in-law has a Christmas tree of Starbucks ornaments. So how could you create that with Cutco, right? Can you have that same Starbucks feel, experience, service, high-end, value, buying atmosphere every time? You know, value versus price. What are these knives going to do for the person? You know, guys, I love this quote. I forget where I heard it from, but there is no such thing as being pushy if you're passionate, right? So if you're passionate and you love Cutco and you know they want it and you know they need it and they're looking at it and they're thinking about it hard, you got to push them over the edge with a passion breath, right? Just passion up that breath and just go, Mrs. Jones, the only reason I'm doing this is because after Christmas, you're going to say, I got all this money to spend to pay my credit card bills. Or next year, you're going to say, well, it's gone up and it's too much. You know, give them a reason to do it now. Mrs. Jones, I'm only doing this because I'm trying to hit my goal. Or I'm only doing this because I'm playing the odds. And when people don't do it today, they always regret it and they kick themselves later. You never have to shop for knives again. You never have to shop for cookware again. You never have to shop for flatware again. Bring excitement back to the kitchen. You guys saw me do it with the salmon knife video, right? You know, I created something out of nothing. Customer service. It's not necessarily like a nugget that will make CPO right then and there, because sometimes you lose CPO with this one. But if somebody calls you and asks you to fix something, or ask you to send them a receipt, or ask you, what the hell did you sell me? Like, label it or price it out. One, try to prevent that from happening so you don't have to deal with that. It's very rare I have to deal with it, but when I do, it opens up the door for me to go above and beyond. So I'll explain it, or I'll send them a screenshot of the receipt, or I'll say, here's the itemized breakdown. Here's what I charge you. Here's what you got free. It takes a few extra minutes. So that's why I always say sell with integrity on the front end, so you don't have to, eat your own tongue or eat your own mess up. But when you mess up, send them something. Hey, let me bonus a Cutco cutting board for you. Hey, I sent you the wrong knife. Keep that one. I'm going to bonus the correct one. You know, I'm sorry, I messed up the engraving. Keep that one. I'm going to send you the correct one. Those are opportunities for you to kind of go over the top, show them you're not about money and commission. You're about fixing the problem. And simple things like, if they call you, call them right back. If they text you, text them right back. My wife gets bothered by this sometimes because, like, we're at the zoo or at dinner and I'm like, honey, someday this will end, right? But right now, my business is in the prime of its career. I need to, like, let this customer know. It's almost too obsessed with service that it's to the point where if I don't fix it right now, I feel like I could lose a customer. Database, the rep of record, right? So guys, you know, we have such a big team now, right? Your rep of record database is really the biggest competitive advantage you have. There's a reason why people like Curtis, Josh, me, Seth, Bert, we're always in the top. Because if you look at how many customers we have over the last 5 years, and if you look at stats of who sells the most at events, it's the people that write up the most orders. And then when they write up the most orders, next year at that show, or when the postcards hit, or at the mall, they send a mass email and they get all these orders. See, I love the mall because I'll sell a decent amount for people walking by, but that is like my office to do holiday selling on Facebook and email and text. I probably sell 3 times more just on the phone or just taking pictures of my kiosk. Like, oh, you want that homemaker? You want the signature? Oh, let me lay all these out. Oh, let me go Facebook Live. So I use my mall and my kiosk is like an actual store, a virtual live store to close orders. And then while I'm doing that, people are walking by and I'm selling them at the mall too. So maybe there's a mall you can get or you can add to or you can be a part of. But guys, the mall is not just sitting there eating Auntie Anne's and waiting for people to come by. You know, for me, I call this with Patrick. I'm like, hey, we're creating content, baby. Like when we're at a service event and it's slow or there's a no-show, what do I always do, Patrick? I'm like, grab my phone. We're making a YouTube video. We're creating content because it's revenue creating task. All right. All right. So yeah, going back to the database, guys, let's say somebody says, you know, and Patrick saw me do this last night. Lady was in the martial arts school. I think she was widowed or divorced, wasn't really into a whole lot. And I'm like, you need a Cutco pocket knife. And she had like both carpal tunnel wrist surgery. She's like, I only use spring assist, but I'm like, you got to get a Cutco pocket knife. You know, it's like shoes. It's like DVDs. You can never have too many. And I'm like, do this so you could be on my database. So when you need sharpening and service and you want a catalog and deals, and you just want a rep, you know, you could be on my Cutco family, my team. And I'm like, I'm not going to make a bunch off the sale, but you'll love the pocket knife and you never know. It'll be the best Amazon box cutting knife you'll ever own. Or it'll be a mantelpiece. You just show off to all your friends at martial arts school. And I gave her a pocket knife at catalog price and I gave her a sample knife for free. I made maybe 20 bucks, but she's now on my database because I know if I'm going to take time to sharpen, demo, show them, see them, meet them, tell them about Cutco, I exude that energy. So I'm going to do everything I can to get them on my database. You guys with me? All right. Loyalty program. What are you doing to create raving fans? A membership feel. You know, you guys seen me use like middle business cards. You know, do something like that. You know, I started it with just handwritten thank you notes to everybody who's ever bought. When I closed my office in 2010, I said every dollar spent, I don't care if they buy a shear holster. I mean, I had a CEO a couple weeks ago call me. He's like, Mike, and I don't even know what he was a CEO from, but he's like, in my 50 years as a CEO, I've never received a handwritten note. And literally, we bought a can opener from you at the home show, and that was impressive. So, guys, it is a simple thing, but I encourage you to do it. Referral focus, we talked about that. Buy for a cause, you know, create some form of cause. Kids, house, college, family, promotion, whatever. You know, for me, it's like, hey, we got to feed those kids. We got to put outfits in that closet for McCartney. You know, whatever it is, guys, we want to beat Chicago. We want to beat so-and-so. And then if all else fails, you know, Mrs. Jones, just buy because it's Cutco. Buy because you love Cutco. Buy because you love me. Because if you don't, you're going to blow your money on junk. So might as well buy something that has some value to it. Does your customers get to see how much fun you're having? You know, if you're not having fun and all you're doing is stressed out about how much you're selling, you got to stop, take a breath, take 2 steps back and go to Aldi's and buy some fruit to cut up and start cutting up some food again. Because if you're like stressed out or you're not passionate or you're just like in a rut right now, it's because you're probably so focused on your bank account and you're just keep looking at you're in survival mode. So you got to get back into have fun mode. Obviously, I like to share pictures, stories, include them in the journey. You know, for goodness sakes, I literally asked my customers to donate to Lincoln's school for a walk for him to win a beanie. You know, they had to raise 250 bucks for a sweat hat, for goodness sakes. But my customers donated to it because I've included them in my life and in my story and in my family that people want to be a part of that. Promote what's hot now. You guys might have saw this a couple weeks ago. I literally took pumpkin spice and I poured it on an ultimate set. And I said, it's Cutco pumpkin spice flavored ultimate set. Obviously, I didn't sell any, but you got to make people laugh. Focus. All right, sorry, somebody's calling me to order, right? Focus on things you know are key. Okay, so what does that mean? Gifts right now, guys. I mean, if you are not beating that horse dead, I used to draw a Christmas tree with people, like literally, who's at the top? Mom and dad, siblings, sisters, brothers, in-laws, and I would say, hey, what do you plan on spending on them? What would you plan on getting them? Now I just do like a wish list, and I'm just like, hey, who are you buying Cutco for? But you got to create some kind of fun thing, print out a template that's like a Christmas tree and call it a Cutco wish list, or the Hanukkah candles or whatever, or print out whatever, a picture of a devil and say it's the atheist special. I don't care what you do, but create something that'll relate to what you're trying to do. Carving meats. Guys, if you are not getting people excited about the carving set and the butcher knife right now for prime rib, turkey, brisket, I mean, you what are you gonna do? You gonna try to sell them a carving set in January? Hey, you wanna carve a turkey for Super Bowl, Mrs. Jones? Hell no, they want to eat chicken wings and nachos. You got like 3 chances to sell carving sets in a year. Like, this is one of them. And you got 2 of them in a row, right? You got Halloween or Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then you have Easter, right, is the other one. Social events. Hey, are you guys going to a Christmas party? Well, we got to get the host a gift. Are you entertaining? Well, do you have enough table knives? Do you want to wow your guests with Cutco flatware? We need probably a couple extra choppers or trimmers, right? And then obviously, customer appreciation. You might be brand new. You're like, hey, I don't know about business gifts a whole lot, but hey, who are your clients? Who are your prospective clients? Who are your employees? Who are the people that refer you business? Who are the people that built your business? Who is your accountant? That's probably your wife. So why don't you buy her the flatware, buy your rest of your company pocket knives, write it all off as supplies. So believe in the power of the fall. People are not traveling. Kids are in school. Festivals are going on. I mean, for goodness sakes, I know Patrick and Will are going to work this Apple Butter Fest that I used to work for 7 years. The first year I worked there, I saw like $600. I think the last year I peaked out at like 10K. And literally, I was wearing winter gloves, and I have a picture of it. I'll see if I can find it, of me selling a flatware chest like in 32 degrees. So, I mean, guys, go to no man's land and sell what no man can. High schools have crafts fairs right now. Not all of them will let you in, but there is a lot that will let you in. Holiday markets, boutiques, junior leagues, malls, right? You've heard me say this, catalogs have dropped. You have multiple holidays in a row, right? You have Halloween, you have trick-or-treating for adults, right? You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, New Year's. And then, the year-end blitz. People are baking. People are eating chili. You see me talk about chili if you're on my group and social. Guys, teach people, hey, the veggie knife, this is the fall knife. This is the chili knife. This is the squash knife. Hunting. Don't even get me started on hunting, guys. What are you going to do? Sell them a hunting set like after Christmas when they're done hunting? This is when you want to sell it to them. And tell people, hey, buy this now, give it to them, and say this is your early Christmas present. The dude's kit, right? Whatever it is, buy 2, get 1 free, or a $1,300 buy everything package. Hey, Mr. Jones, you're going to blow this on camo and ammo. And you see that big ass truck out there? You said you didn't need that truck, but you bought it. I see that 75-inch TV. You don't need that, but it's sure nice watching the games. This Cutco here, you don't need, but you really do need it. Because when you're out there in the field and you're trying to skin and you got that old buck knife, or you got that box cutter, or you got that old hickory, yeah, you're going to be grabbing that Cutco. Deals and specials. I do them year round now because everybody likes a deal. But if you're like the person who's like, I'm always selling at full retail because whatever belief you've been trained, by all means, to each his own. But guys, people like deals. I mean, hook people up. My deals are pretty consistent. 10% off of 1 to 2 items, 20% off of 3 to 4 items, 25% off of 5 items or sets, and then 30% off of biz gifts and upgrades. So, I mean, it's real simple, but those are always my deals. And then I always drop buy two, get one free. It's so good. I think Cutco took it away because of my craziness on Black Friday last year. Last year, Black Friday, I sold 90,000, or it was actually 117,000 line one, but it was like 89 or 81,000 CPO. And then it was Monday, a Cyber Monday. I'm trying to roll an order, buy two, get one free, and it's gone. And I email Cutco and they say it's too rich of a deal. So sorry if you normally sell buy two, get ones, but I might have been a part of having that taken off of the rep portal. But people bought. I had 270 orders on Black Friday. I didn't even work. I worked Saturday from 9 to 4 and Cyber Monday all day. That's all I worked that whole week. So I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I'm just saying that people like deals. So if you haven't thought about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and going crazy that week, guys, you are going to miss out. You will miss out on, if you're brand new, $3K. That's like conservative. If you've been around for a year or two, you're missing out on $5,000. If you're a CSP, you're throwing away 10 grand plus. And if you're like a high flyer and like you call yourself a tier one or a top dog, you know, just say bye-bye to 20K in CPO if you're like, I'm not doing the sale. Oh, I forgot, your goals are on the line. All right, so we're at 30 minutes. I got a little bit more. Do we want to keep going, Nikki?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right. I just get so fired up. I lose my train of thought here. So here's some things I do. If you haven't dropped an email or a sale yet, or a catalog, so get a rep portal. I think they're $10 for everybody. And you can actually click the image that says online catalog. So let's say you don't send catalogs for whatever reason. Click the online image or sign up for a rep portal, step one. Most of you should have that. Click the image that says online catalog. So that's your landing page. And send an email from your rep portal. It's free to all your ROR customers. And then just put Cutco catalog sale. That's your subject line. That's all I use. Or Cutco catalog 2022. Or Cutco coupon and catalog 2022. Those are my subject lines, lean and clean. And literally the body of the email is, hey, happy fall. Hope you're enjoying the change of weather. Hope you're enjoying the pretty scenery. Hopefully your knives are sharp. If they're not, let me know. I can help you out. But here's my sale right now. So that's a low-hanging fruit. And then throw in some bonus offers. Hey, first 10 people to call me, first people to buy, get a free sheath or a free cutting board or a free gift wrapping or free engraving. Or I used to do an extra 5% off, and I'm kind of kicking myself because my cards are not popping like they used to. But I used to do call for an extra 5% off. So if you haven't sent any promotion yet, maybe you do something like that. But yeah, you got to have something going out right now because we've already had Amazon Prime Day. So people are already spending money. You don't want to be behind the curve. Halloween right now, I would do a pumpkin carving contest if you have a Facebook or a social platform, or do something, a carving set giveaway, whatever, a basting spoon giveaway. Do something that ties into Halloween. Do an educational video. Teach people, because guys, carving a pumpkin is pretty dangerous, man. I've had some people get some wicked injuries. Teach them, hey, you just need the real small paring knife. You need the petite carver for the top and the basting spoon. And then what I would do for Thanksgiving is, take it back a step. Veterans Day. Guys, there's so many veterans that we want to pay our respects to and homage to, that you always should run a Veterans Day special. So that is always on November 11th. I usually run it that whole week long. And I'll usually tailor it towards mostly men, like pocket knives, hunting knife, fishing knives. And then here's what I do. I just do catalog prices with free engraving. And I sell at least a couple grand just from a Veterans Day special. What I'll usually do then is I'll wait a week or two, then I'll drop my Black Friday leaked special the week before Black Friday, because I want as much time as I can for that sale. So I'll drop it usually like the Sunday before Black Friday. Then I'll do another email and text like on Wednesday, here's the Black Friday sale again. Then on Saturday after Black Friday, I'll say Black Friday sale extended through Sunday at midnight. And then on Monday, I'll call it a Cyber Monday sale, but it's basically my Black Friday sale, just reworded as Cyber Monday. And that's all I do. And that's all I've done for a decade. And then what I would do after that is do an email promoting shipping deadlines. Hey, here's the deadlines to get your Cutco in time for Christmas. What's nice about this year is we can actually do express shipping. You know, the last 2 years it was like December 1st. So then I'll always do an email like week 1 of December. Hey, here's your last chances. And then I go crazy and I do name your price the last week of the year. And sometimes I drop it 2 weeks early if I'm really far behind on my goal. And you don't have to do this, but I will tell you, you'll get some people out of the woodwork and you'll get some crazy emails and texts, but it's kind of like the Priceline negotiator. I say, hey, I'm 50K away from my goal, or 100K or 5K. Name your price. What does that mean? It means that you tell me what you want, tell me the item numbers, the quantity, and how much you want to pay. And then I'll give them like a guideline. I'll say, hey, this is what happened last year. 80% of orders were accepted. No, there's no such thing as a bad offer, but I'm not going to accept every offer. I might counter. And then I'll say, hey, sets were an average of, 28% off. Pieces up to 2 items were an average of 11% off. $1,000 orders were an average of 29% off. And just kind of make up some numbers of what you can write up, or maybe what your wheelhouse is. And then I'll do like last 2 days, last day, and then obviously I do a lot on social. So guys, I know I'm just throwing up excitement on you, but I know Danny's waiting here, but let me see if I got a last couple ideas here. Hunting, get some knives engraved, Colorado trip, 1 shot, 1 kill, last name, Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts. Hey, is your son 16 yet? Those are great gift ideas for pocket knives. K-bars engraved with military branches, cowboy steak knives. I love selling the deluxe hunting knife as a cowboy steak knife. Hey, you don't know what to get your husband, you get him this $213 cowboy steak knife. And that's what he uses for his steak. And then all the peasants get the table knives, and he gets the big old cowboy steak knife. Guys, your goals are on the line. The next milestone, what is it going to be? The biggest day, the biggest month, the biggest order. Your newest and best customers could be out there that you don't even know about. So the final keys, guys, to maximizing: plan right now, but don't spend so much time planning that you're not doing. I would say just plan, do, plan, do, plan, do, plan, do. Update social media right now. Start promoting, hey, here's my goals, here's what I'm working for. You might not get a whole lot of traction. When I first started social media 11 years ago, I would get 1 or 2 likes. Mix up your marketing. Do a rep portal email, do a text, do a Facebook Live, do a, just got to mix it up. Send out postcards and order catalogs, right? Send out some handwritten letters. Identify your top 10, 25, write them a handwritten letter, send some free gifts. If you have 1/3 credit, send that out now. Get people thinking about buying. But in summary, guys, add value, have fun, humor, videos, goals, engagement, and do something special, and go for it. Never look back. Your biggest days and your biggest goals are about to be achieved. And the last quote I'll leave you with is: a winner is just a pissed off loser who did something about it. So there you go. Sorry I went a few minutes over, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mike. There's so much fire. Go ahead and throw something that you learned from Mike's talk in the chat. I know I definitely want to talk to you more about your referral card. Sounds like that thing is fire. Gonna sell some pumpkin spice ultimate sets to the rest of October. And yeah, super excited to hit my own goal as well. So throw some in the chat if there's any nuggets you guys got. We do have some time for questions. Does anyone have a question that they want to ask Mike?
Yeah, I got one quick. Are you selling your Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, you guys know I'm not in business to rob people, but when I update it and promote it, yeah, I'll offer it to you guys. I think I charge it for like $25 just for all the prices, and then my email template. So yeah, if you guys really want it, I'll make it available.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, and all it is basically you just list out all the prices, and then we don't have the option to do buy 2 get 1 free on Rep Portal now. So either do buy 3 get 1 free and then all the so black. And if you want to do it yourself, you can, but I just basically printed out all the catalog prices, and that is my Black Friday sale. Because if you block your customers, they don't know about the catalog prices. I mean, one or two of them might, but a lot of people jump on that deal. You know, they see a paring knife for whatever, $60 or $62. They're going to go, oh, I'll take it. So I usually say, hey, here's your 100 doorbusters or 100 Cyber Monday deals. And all it is the Black Friday or the catalog prices on sale. But if you want to save yourself about 2 hours of typing, I can sell you my template if you guys want it.
Awesome. Stephanie.
Hi. So do you actually have product that you print, like you have product that says, oh, first shop, first kill, like at your booth? Do you sell at your mall kiosk or wherever? Or is it still they order it and you just show it? They don't.
Yeah, so the mall is kind of unique because we do have the ability to order consignment there. So consignment is we get it from, I'm assuming all malls have that, right, Nick? Ability?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
So basically, yeah, you can order up to 12,500 in product. And here's what I like to get. I like to get gift set heavy because I want my booth to have gift sets all out, because that's what people are really buying at the mall. And then now with shipping, you could sell them a set and second day air it. You know, I wouldn't order a whole lot of onesie twosie things. I would order a lot of gift sets and things you think people would want, you know, for $100 to $300. And then what you do is you just say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, are you looking for something that you could take with you right now? Or are you okay getting it shipped? And there's some language that maybe you guys will do on another call next month about mall selling, but there's a few lines that help, like you just sell it. And then as you're about to write it up, you just go, hey, are you okay if we ship it so we can keep our inventory for the last few days? And they're usually like, oh, when will I get it? And you're like, well, you get it by Christmas. And then if they're like, well, I don't even need it by Christmas. But yeah, I would say for the hunting knives, I would just order some for yourself engraved if you sell a lot of hunting knives. But yeah, you don't want to engrave the ones that you're selling because you don't know what somebody wants engraved, you know. But it's always good to have examples.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Awesome. Josh Gordon.
What's up, Mike? Thank you for the gold. Just like drinking from a fire hose of CPO.
Yeah. The crazy thing, I was just looking at myself, so I hope you guys were nodding your head a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm curious, when you're doing some of the marketing, are you querying out people who order, and like, especially when you're doing the name your price? Because do you find you have people that, and maybe it's just because you're always giving great deals that it doesn't matter as much, but I find sometimes, at least my limiting belief is if I do a name your price, I'm going to have people come back and go, oh, I could have waited for this deal instead of doing a deal earlier.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you always get onesie twosies, but remember, we're not trying to sell onesie twosies. We're trying to sell to the funnel, right? The masses.
Mhm.
So one thing I started doing is just tell my customers they get a best price guarantee. So anytime I'm selling them, whether it's February, March, April, May, state fair, because I have people say, well, Mike, I know you've done this name your price, you know, should I wait, or should I wait to Black Friday? And I'll just tell them straight up, I go, honestly, I always give my best deal up front, because when somebody's going to buy, I don't want them to wait 2 weeks to buy, because in all honesty, guys, we create our own deals, right? We can do a deal tomorrow. So I started just telling my customers, if you ever see a price better or a special that I offer better, email me, text me, and I'll check what you got in free stuff or discount. And if it turns out to be that there was a sale that was slightly better for Black Friday, people are thrilled because they get an extra free item or they get a credit of $50. But it's really not, I mean, maybe I get 1 or 2 a year. And I mean, I write up $3,000 orders, you know, so for somebody like you, Josh, that might write up, you know, 1,000 orders or 500 orders in a year, you might get 1 or 2, but don't focus on that.
Cool.
Or if you're worried about doing, you know, what I do, and you don't want to honor the best deal every day, just say, hey, not valid on past offers. And then just put that as one of your clauses, this sale is not valid on past orders. So if you're concerned, then that's what most retail stores do. But I just sell like off of like, hey, if you reach out or you're ready to buy, I'm going to reward you.
Awesome.
Any other questions for Mike? We got time for one more. Anything?
Guys fired up? Nice.
I got a question.
Go for it,
Aside from the
Zach.
aside from like the normal mall product, is there anything that you like 1/3 to have on hand?
Right now I'm at no 1/3 credit because I've already spent $30,000 in gifts for people. But
Yeah.
the mall, I think, each mall gets to get some things at a really reduced rate. I'm sure Nick and whoever's in charge of your malls will let you guys know. But yeah, there's ways. I mean, for me, I like getting sample knives and peelers because those always usually get approved if you're using them the right way. But for mall, I think they're letting us get like paring knives, trimmers, a couple other things like ice cream scoops, can openers. But if you focus on like, oh, I got to give them something always, then it's almost like a crutch. I like to use those things as like cherries on top, like, hey, because you bought, here, take this home with you, or give this to your sister, but yeah, I mean, to each his own. If you have 1/3 credit, order stuff that you like to give away. I know Curtis orders like pocket knives, right? And he likes to give out pocket knives. I mean, whatever's in your budget and whatever's in your confidence and comfortability of what you like to give out. But I mean, peelers and sample knives, like I said, even though it's kind of generic and basic, people appreciate it. I mean, I even went to IKEA and bought these plastic spatulas for 99 cents that I would give away for people that buy the fry pans, and people love it. So you don't have to like go super crazy. I think it's just making people feel good, give them a deal. And if you have to, bonus a cutting board or bonus engraving.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, thanks for the message, Mike. I know I definitely got a lot of nuggets. Got some questions answered.